Welcome back, everyone. Great to have you with us here on CruiseAway, your daily dose of adventure here on Gecko. Now, it's time to escape to the far corners of the world for big adventures. And in this show, we're talking all things Japan. Konnichiwa.
We certainly are. Thank you. Bless you. So wow factor opportunities today for some of the biggest holiday plans that you could be making to really feel like you've travelled. Now, coming up later, we're heading on a Geishas and Glaciers Dream Away package for April with a stay in Tokyo in Japan and a cruise adventure with Holland America Line over to Alaska, of all places. Wonderful. We're also heading off later to Papua New Guinea for February. And it's going to be an epic time on a 26-night cruise taking you to the Philippines, Hong Kong, South Korea and on to Tokyo.
Sounds exciting, doesn't it? So stick around and don't forget we have daily shows here on Channel 17 at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's the time to get the passport and your dialing fingers ready. Right, our first epic adventure is to Japan to swing by one of the largest festival celebrations, the Nubata Summer Festival, where you can join in the parade with the floats. And now we're also going to cover some of the biggest highlights in Japan too, like Mount Fuji and exploring incredible Tokyo with guided tours. So let's start this 16-night on the 31st of July next year by flying Sydney over to Osaka in Japan for a feast of hosted wonders. Now here's Andy with all the highlights for part one of your Japanese adventure.
Welcome to Osaka, a charming, relaxed city, best known for its food, fun and nightlife. Upon arrival, you'll be transferred to the tour hotel for the rest of the day at leisure. The following morning, you'll head to Nara Park to spot more than 1,000 deer, which are considered messengers of the gods and have been designated natural treasure status. You'll then visit Todaiji Temple, one of Japan's most famous and historically significant temples, dating back to 752. It's then on to nearby Kyoto, where you'll get the chance to explore the ancient city at your own pace. Or if you prefer, you can take an optional half-day sightseeing tour. The choice is yours. On day 3, you'll visit the countryside of Japan to see how the locals live. First, you'll visit Takaima Old Town and explore homes, shops and restaurants which are like taking a step back in time into the Edo period. Afterwards, you'll visit Shirakawa, which was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1995. It's famous for its traditional farmhouses. You'll then finish the day in the Nagano region, where you'll enjoy an evening of leisure. Day 4 will be a real highlight on this guided tour as you head to Mount Fuji, stopping first at the infamous 5th station located some 2,300 metres above sea level. Here you'll enjoy spectacular views of Mount Fuji's 5 lakes. You'll then continue your journey to Lake Kawaguchi to admire the scenery while enjoying a cruise across the lake, take in the surrounding mountains and of course Mount Fuji. That afternoon, you'll travel to Tokyo, where you'll get to enjoy the rest of the day to do your own thing. On day 5, your final day of touring, you'll take a morning sightseeing tour taking in some of the must-see attractions, including the Meiji Shrine, where you'll walk around the serene gardens before visiting the Imperial Palace, a world away from the hustle and bustle of the city, a calm and green oasis that is primary residence of the Emperor of Japan. You'll then get the afternoon at leisure so you can explore Tokyo to your heart's content.
Wow, absolutely incredible. Wow. What an experience.
Breathtaking, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then we're going to be joining the amazing Diamond Princess for your epic cruise following on from this fantastic tour. Now, you're going to be on board for 10 nights. The Diamond is an absolute favourite with cruisers around the world. And of course, if you've experienced Princess before, you'll be familiar with their exceptional service and the classic cruising experience. If you love luxury and elegance, this is the place for you. And you know, food, award-winning food. They have Michelin star curated menus. They have award-winning pizza. It's actually been voted best pizza by Cruise Critic, USA Today as well. Absolutely delicious. But that's just
lovely.
I mean, tip of the iceberg, really.
Trident grill as well, which is brilliant. So while you're up on deck, just very close to the pool, rather than to have to get inside and get changed and everything to have a bite to eat, you can literally just go straight out of the pool and straight to the Trident grill. You've also got things like Kai Sushi as well to treat yourself to, which is lovely. Wonderful steakhouse as well. Honestly, the cover charge for the steakhouse is well worth the treat for you to enjoy. And the Princess Theatre, of course, is massive, absolutely huge, and they do big production shows in there. That's where I'd be, very, very late at night, stroke early in the morning.
Yes, Skywalkers. Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
And then let's just talk about the world's largest Japanese bath at sea as well, up in your incredible sanctuary spa, so you can relax here after a day's sightseeing if you want to do that, and also of course have some incredible treatments, because it is going to be, and this is an amazing retreat for you, adults only, it is going to be that kind of cruise where you're going to be, I think, dashing about and doing a lot of sightseeing, and you can speak to your amazing shore excursions team on board about that as well. Now we are cruising out of Yokohama. A day at sea sees us into Amori, and this really is the cornerstone of the big festival we're going to be experiencing, the Nabuta Festival, the Fire Festival as they call it, with these amazing candle boats out on the river, and you're going to see amazing floats as well, and of course you can join in those parades. You'll be taking pictures at every turn and just drinking in this incredible once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Yeah, you can buy the costume and join in the parades as well if you like. Super exciting.
Yeah, brilliant. Then we're hopping over to Sakaminato, which is sandwiched between a sacred mountain and a sweeping bay, along with an inward lake. And you can actually head to see the Mizuki Shigeru Road as well, famous for the manga artist namesake. Then we're on to Busan, South Korea, considered the country's summer capital. It has beautiful beaches and a real vibrant food scene, as well as those great temples you can visit. And again, speak to your team about this, because they'll have some great suggestions for you on board the ship. Next up, it's Kochi, and this is where you're going to be able to see the incredible and iconic Kochi Castle. I'd highly recommend doing a tour up there if you can, and alongside the beautiful bays, of course, on offer. Then we're on to Tokushima. And this is where, again, you can see more of the festival, the Ara Odori Festival, and famous dance that goes on there. There's also the whirlpools of Naruto to visit. It's quite geothermal, Japan. Lots on the islands to experience in that way too. We're then going to be disembarking in Tokyo. We've actually included your transfer back from the port to the airport, flying you back to Sydney, Australia, after this epic adventure, taking in that iconic festival, which I think is just a really special experience, the Nabuta Festival. And then, of course, your amazing escorted tour. Brilliant.
Yeah, Mount Fuji, I think for me, absolutely one of the highlights, but that Nabuta Festival as well just looks so good. I saw some of the videos of some of the previous festivals and they look superb. And actually it only happens as a little 5-day window every year, and the timing of this cruise is absolutely perfect to catch some of that, which is wonderful. You lucky people. Right, okay, let's cost up this Dream Away package then. Included will be your flight out from Sydney to Osaka in Japan, the 5-night guided tour of Osaka, Mount Fuji, Takayama and Tokyo, with a sightseeing tour there, all with English-speaking guides. The admissions and the transport are all included. And then the transfer to your 10-night cruise on the Diamond Princess, full board through Japan, ending the cruise back in Tokyo, and of course the flight back to Sydney is included too. Now you can put a $700 each deposit down right now to make this price a reality for July. And don't forget also, with Travel Pay Later, you can spread the cost of your holiday as well, which is superb. So talk to the team about that, but look at this price as well. I mean, so many people want to go and explore Japan, and rather than just flying there and then cruising around, look at what we've included here, that escorted tour experience and the perfect timing of the cruise in Amori to get that wonderful Nabuta Festival into the deposit as well, into the holiday as well, which is incredible. Call us now, toll free, and get this in the diary. 1300 412 358 is that telephone number. Let's look at upgrades on the ship as well. So for your cruise, if you want to upgrade to ocean view, to balcony, or to the wonderful suites on board Diamond Princess, which are so highly rated, I mean the ultimate in 5-star luxury, then you can see you've got your prices there. Don't forget, as I mentioned before, you can spread the cost of your holiday as well with the brand new Travel Pay Later. Talk to our team about that now. Toll free on 1300 412 358. I think that's a real plus point as well, because I think so many people want to get Japan into their holiday horizons as soon as they can. And I think the great thing about our Dream Away packages is that you get to dip into lots and lots of different places all in one holiday, rather than saying, okay, let's go to Tokyo and 2 weeks in Tokyo, which would be wonderful, don't get me wrong, but actually you could be missing out on a vast range of experiences by doing a holiday like this. Listen, I'm already sold. I'm already sold. Right, let's do our next adventure then, shall we?
Let's do it. We're going to stay with Princess Cruises. This one is Papua and the Cherry Blossoms for 29 nights, leaving on the 17th of February 2025. So a little bit into the future here, but let's talk about planning ahead of time and how important it is, you know, in this day and age, just to lock in those prices.
Definitely.
So this is a wonderful one to have to look forward to. And this time we're embarking the Diamond Princess closer to home in Brisbane, which is fantastic. And you'll be on board for a whopping 26 nights. I just love that the Diamond is coming all the way to your doorstep. You know, even if you're over in Western Australia, it's still going to be closer to them flying all the way over to, you know, a different part of the world to join the ship. Because you can talk to our team about national flights and, you know, getting yourself over there as well. Now, Diamond is an iconic princess vessel. She is beautiful. She's got the classic elegance of Princess. And what I love about Princess is if you want to do it casual, if you want to just, you know, the whole cruise, you're heading up to the buffet, relaxed dining, you can do it. But if you want to get dressed up to the nines, there's also formal nights on board Princess, and it's where the ship really comes to life. You have lovely live music all around. You have lots of opportunities to have your picture taken as well, as there's great photographers sort of dotted around the ship too. So there's always these things, these interactive things going on every single, you know, step of the way when you're on board your cruise. This incredible theatre, wow. And I have to say they have award-winning shows on board, some of the best at sea. Now, another real feature of Princess Cruises is their movies under the stars, and this is a great way to just get out there, kick back and relax. They make it a real event, actually. So, I mean, so much to see and do. There's the Neptune's Reef pool for you, loads of outdoor pools and hot tubs, actually, again, dotted around the ship.
Doesn't it? I mean, honestly, this is the perfect backdrop of 26 nights of fabulous adventure. You have got days at sea as part of your itinerary as well. They're the ones to switch off, relax and enjoy all of these wonderful things. But let's kick off our 26 nights then, shall we? We are cruising out of Brisbane. Wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. We're heading straight into lovely Newcastle, New South Wales for your first port of call. Plentiful beaches, of course. Maybe you're from this part of the country. It's just nice to cruise there, actually, to see the amazing Nobby's Beach and Merewether Beach as well, of course, renowned for this area. Then we're on into Sydney. Needs no introduction, of course. Sydney, maybe you're from here. I just love the novelty of cruising back into maybe even your hometown, or maybe you've got relatives in this part of the country you can go and visit as well. Next up, we're heading over to Papua New Guinea, Alotau, and this is an amazing port to experience the incredible cultural history of these ports of call. In fact, speak to your team about doing an experience where you can go and visit a native village and live like the locals. Conflict Islands is next, and I mean, the turtle interaction tour comes highly rated.
Cute.
They're adorable. Learning all about these incredible beings is going to be, I think, a real highlight of your adventure on this tour, definitely. Next up, it's Manila, the capital of the Philippines. This is a real hustle-bustle port with amazing rich history, very friendly locals and beautiful nature as well abounding. We're skipping over to Hong Kong, China next. This is exciting actually. What an amazing port this is. Again, this is really a city that never sleeps. There's tons to see and do. Victoria Peak and the Star Ferry are some highlights. Great shopping there for electronics as well. Taipei, Taiwan next. They have an amazing miniatures museum, which is also very highly rated in this port, and you know, the 509-meter tall skyscraper as well is a must. Next up, we're on into Kagoshima, Japan, best known for the Sakurajima, an active volcano that faces Kinko Bay, and the lava trail actually that you can visit that winds through the lava fields there at the base, and of course you have the Mount Fuji in the background, amazing. Then we're on into Kobe. Now this is very renowned for its, of course, incredible beef. As many people know, the signature marble beef. You might want to go and try that on a food tour. They have them on offer. Speak to your team on board about this when you're booking. Shimizu's next for Mount Fuji, and also the incredible opportunities, considered one of Japanese three most beautiful ports to see, soaring above the area, that iconic Mount Fuji. Then we're going to be disembarking in Tokyo, and you have a 2-night hotel stay to enjoy everything Tokyo has to offer, whether it be the Tokyo Sky Tree, which is known to be the tallest tower on Earth. Maybe you're going to ride that bullet train. You're going to be taking pictures around every corner of those bright lights, and the Shibuya crossing, where up to 3,000 people cross at any one point. I mean, there's just so much to see and do in Tokyo, and it's one of the most exciting cities on Earth. Now, after your 2-night stay, we're going to fly you back to Brisbane. After this epic adventure, I love that you're taking in Papua New Guinea, of course, incredible Japan as well, and a little touch of Australia there also.
I love it. I think this is such a lovely adventure. So many people say to us, you know what, a week or 10 days, it's not long enough. I need a holiday, and this is a holiday, isn't it? The good thing and the great thing about your cruise itinerary as well is that you have got plenty of sea days, and sea days are great. Don't ever think on a cruise ship, right, okay, what am I going to do? We're at sea, I'm stuck here, what are we going to do? There are activities coming at you left, right and centre, but there are also the days where you can truly switch off. If you're someone that works really, really hard and struggles to sit down and relax, believe you me, the cruising way of life gets you away from absolutely everything. Certainly gets you away from the headlines as well, which is wonderful. Of course, you can be connected. There's Medallion Net Wi-Fi on board the Diamond Princess if you want it and you want to stay in touch. But actually, you can be completely off the grid all the way through your cruise, which is amazing, and then do a big picture dump of all of your wonderful memories onto your social media when you get back from your holiday. There's certainly going to be lots and lots of highlights. So, included in the price I'm about to give you here is, of course, that wonderful Diamond Princess cruise out of Brisbane. 26 nights in all, full board cruising out to Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, to Hong Kong, South Korea and Japan, with incredible ports along the way and plenty of sea days. Then you've got 2 nights in a Tokyo hotel. That's included in the price as well, plus the flight back to Brisbane from Tokyo. Now, we can put a deposit down on this right now because we are looking into 2025, so we're looking quite some way ahead. So what you can do is take advantage of 2 things: a low deposit today of just $700 each, and travel pay later, where you can actually break the cost down into manageable payments, so that allows depositing and budgeting for your holiday so much simpler. Oh, the price tag, look. It's not as much as you think it's going to be, I tell you now, straight away. For the big adventure, for the number of nights you've got, and where you're going in the world, that price tag is exceptional. Remember, $700 each today locks in that price for the start of 2025. It's incredible. Now, if you do want to treat yourself to an upgraded cabin on the cruise, let's look at the prices for that, because the price you've got there is for an inside stateroom, and they are wonderful. Full facilities, everything you need where you need it in your cabin. But if you do want to treat yourself to the ocean view, or opening the doors of the fresh air of the balcony, or maybe this is a honeymoon. Maybe this is a big anniversary celebration. How about the treat of a suite? How about suggesting, rather than having a shopping list for a big celebration, and this could be, you know, wedding territory, couldn't it? Very much easily. Maybe do one of those kind of family crowdfunding things. Do you know what I mean? Family and friends, don't buy us gifts. We've got pots and pans. How about treating us to a holiday? Treating us to a suite while we're on our holiday. It's just an idea. It's just an idea. Call us toll free right now, 1300 412 358, which is not a bad idea, Jo, is
I
it?
love that idea, actually. I'm right on it already.
Absolutely.
For my next birthday, let's think about that. Now, switching cruise lines to Holland America Line now for your Geishas and Glaciers adventure. This is 18 nights, leaving on the 24th of April. We're going to fly you from Sydney to Tokyo in Japan for a tantalising 2-night pre-cruise stay in the capital of fabulous Japan.
I know some people as well, you know, in Japan, Jo, who have turned a trip into Tokyo into a little bit of a profitable venture as well by buying the latest, you know, tech gizmos and gadgets and game cards and things, and then bringing them back and saying, OK, make me an offer. You know, just do it within the family or whatever.
Why not?
You can get must-have gadgets and gifts while you are in Tokyo. You're there for 2 nights as well. Just an idea.
It's the hub of tech, isn't it? Absolutely.
Full of ideas today.
Then we are going to be boarding the fabulous Holland America Line Westerdam, a vessel I'm very familiar with, having worked on board this cruise line for almost a decade, and she's beautiful. The Westerdam is your low-key luxury. The lovely thing about Holland America Line is it's those paired back spaces, but they have that real nautical vibe to them. Think polished wood, you know, the striped deck chairs, the classic, you'd see the officers wearing the classic naval blue as well, which is unusual on ships. Normally they wear the white. So it is in step with incredible history and luxury in the cruise industry, but at the same time the service is absolutely impeccable. It is all about personal service and attention to detail on Holland America Line.
I think you can really see yourself on this, can't you?
Yes.
As just laying there, relaxing and just letting everything happening. That's the great thing about a cruise as well. I know it's not first nature for everyone really to have everything laid on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But believe you me, you'll get used to it. You
will get used to it. You'll get used to having your bed made. You'll get used to having the entertainment downstairs, and all your meals, whenever you choose to eat, they're at your fingertips as well. And boy, they do eating like nowhere else on Holland America Line. It is delicious.
You could get very used to this.
It's so good. It's so good, honestly. You know, newly upgraded staterooms as well on this vessel. They're all about music, Holland America Line. You'll find lots of great music venues, including Lincoln Center Stage. You've got B.B. King's Blues Club. They have their own signature band on board Holland America Line as well. You've got the billboard on board. So you'll know there's lots of jazz going on, but you've also got your classical music. You have your adagio. You have incredible shows also in the main theatre. And they're known for their culinary arts centre, where you can actually go and learn how to make dishes with the executive chef.
Oh yes, there's lots of things you can pick up actually along the way with Holland America Line. They really are incredible. Now this is, talking of incredible, this itinerary that you're about to take, 15 fabulous nights, is the weird and the wonderful, because we're going from Japan across to Alaska. So a real contrast in ports coming up.
Yeah, amazing. We're heading straight into Moruran as our first port. You can actually see some excursions on offer here, including Ninja Show and a visit to the Valley of Hell, Mount Ushu and Lake Toya. And also there is a nice cruise of Lake Toya where you can actually see the nature in this port of call as well. Next up, we're on to Kushiro. And then that is going to take us into Alaska. Kodiak is our first port, of course, named after the Kodiak bear. You can head and see them at the National Wildlife Refuge. Then we're into Icy Strait Point. They actually have the longest zip line in Northern America. They do great wildlife excursions. Of course, you are in the hub of incredible wildlife in Alaska. Ketchikan beckons us next. And a trip to Ketchikan, in my opinion, is not complete without a Misty Fjords float plane experience. That's your number one here. Victoria's up next, a really cute little town in, of course, Canada, where you can go wine tasting, take a relaxed guided walk into town. And then we're going to be disembarking in Seattle. You've got 2 nights in a hotel here. Home of grunge. Well, the origin of grunge, if you love that music. You've got Mount Hood, Mount Rainier there at your fingertips. You also have Washington State National Park. That is the Space Needle. I'd highly recommend heading up there for sensational views. They also do dining. It rotates, actually. Very cool. Lots of great shopping in Seattle. And then you have Pike Place Market, where you can buy fresh food. Lots of sort of cottage industry bits and bobs to take home. They actually have the first Starbucks down there too, which is very cool. But I think you should definitely take a little cruise of the harbour to finish off your amazing Seattle trip. We're then going to be flying you back to Sydney. Lots of scenic cruising included here, including crossing the international date line, which just kind of blows my mind a bit. But I mean, Japan to Alaska, what a phenomenal cruise.
I know, it's some adventure this, isn't it? And again, I mean, I've said this many, many times on these shows with CruiseAway. Imagine trying to knit all of that travel together yourself. You know, take the cruise ship out of the equation for a second and try and arrange travel from here to there, to there, to there, to there. It would tie you in knots. This is beautifully curated. So it's for April. It's 18 nights all told. Included in the price I'm about to give you, the flight from Sydney to Tokyo in Japan. 2 nights hotel stay there. That's included. 15 nights of cruising with Holland America Line on the Westerdam, cruising from Japan and then over for a full Alaska journey, including the inside passage as well. We'll end the cruise in Seattle, 2 nights in a hotel there. That's included as well, and the flight back to Sydney. Okay, I'm gonna release the price straight away because you've got to see this. It's so good. Look, it is less than $5,000 each right now for you to get on this journey. And I want to show you the upgrades on the cruise as well, particularly with this being more of a scenic cruise. Because you are cruising through Alaska, you probably want the view of that from your room as well. So let's have a look at the upgrade prices there. There are your prices to go up to ocean view and balcony, and indeed the suite as well as the ultimate luxury. This is coming up in April, so it's not that far away actually. So if you've been looking for a big adventure, then this could be the one. This could be the one that you've been waiting to come along. Remember, we are still playing catch up in terms of travel. We had a good couple of years, few years where we just couldn't go anywhere. And now actually people are saying, you know what? The time is now. Let's not wait. Let's not wait to a big anniversary. Let's not wait for retirement to do these big holiday adventures. Let's do this right now. And you can understand why people are doing it. And look at the value, dollar for dollar, the value in this holiday with all of the travel, all of the flights and the stay and the cruise, all included, and so much included while you're on the cruise there as well. Call us now if you are interested in this one. As I say, places are limited as well. 1300 412 358 is your toll-free telephone number. Call us right now. And listen, I mean, I don't know how you could not have had the most brilliant inspiration in this show. But if you are looking for something in a completely different direction, then you will find it here at CruiseAway. Just get onto our website right now. There are over 9,000 different deals on our website right now.
Wow, my goodness, absolutely spoilt for choice. And you know what, we're like your personal travel concierges, because we can actually completely tailor your trip the way you like it, with additional stays and flights and everything factored into the incredible equation. There's never a booking fee. Get searching. This is going to be the year to travel.
See you back here later. Bye-bye.
Bye.